Hello and welcome to the video. So today I'm gonna talk about Hereafter Rebellion and how to get your soul liberator, soul guardian. I have a video doing this at a much higher gear score. Today I'm gonna be showing you how I did it at only 8,000 gear score, which is pretty much the minimum requirement to do the dungeon. And that it is possible to complete it at a low gear score and still get the necklace. I'm gonna start by talking about preparation. So first we're gonna talk about the class. So previously I've always done this as a melee with battle rage. This time I'm playing gunslinger, but the class I pretty much kept the same. So pretty much your main class, along with Oromancy and Songcraft. The reason why is because with Oromancy you're gonna get Vicious Implosion, most importantly, which is basically gonna pull groups of enemies together. You can get Thwart, which is a good shield. And then with Songcraft, you're gonna get access to basically AoE buffs and debuffs that you can use for your army, and debuffing the clumps of enemies. So basically, critical discord is gonna decrease a target's defenses. Quickstep, that's going to give your army some speed. Double time, that's just some move speed for you. The most important skill here is going to be healing him, stone healing him. Basically, this is your charming ability. So what that means is basically when you use this ability on a group of enemies, it's gonna hit more than one target. It's going to charm them, which makes them susceptible to debuffs from your songs. So the main debuff that we want is going to be from playing the song Bulwark Ballad. Basically, when you use healing him and then play Bulwark Ballad, it's going to decrease, you can see right here, the physical and magic defense by 50% on charm targets. So in Hereafter Rebellion, one of the main things people struggle with is just doing enough damage, and this is gonna fix a lot of that because you're literally lowering the enemy's defenses by 50%. And so pretty much your main combo when you're trying to run through the dungeon, you want to use Vicious Implosion to pull enemies together, charm them with stone healing him, and then use Bulwark Ballad while the charm is active to lower their defenses. And then also while you play this song, you're also going to be increasing you and your army's defenses as well. And then you can also use Bloody Chanty to increase you and your army's skill damage. So pretty much these three abilities right here are going to be the main thing that kind of carry you through the dungeon. Your charm, your defense song, and then your skill damage song. We also want to take Battle Hymn because Battle Hymn is going to give us a really nice attack speed buff. Give you and your army an attack speed buff. That'll make running through the dungeon a lot faster. And then also another thing is you want to make sure that you have your food and your potions on your skill bars, just to make it more accessible and easy to use while you're running through it. That's one of the mistakes that I made. You'll see me opening my inventory and clicking on my food and my potions, which is not good. You want to have everything on your skill bars to make it a lot easier. So also with mounts, so I like to do Hereafter Rebellion with an elk mount. That's the way that I like to do it, and I'll show you how. Alright, so let's take a look at my run. Alright, so now we're in the dungeon. So first thing you want to do, of course, you want to grab these 4 souls here. Then you also want to buff up. So another note about this. This is maybe not the best or the fastest way to do the dungeon. This is just the way that I do it, and it's what works for me. So there's a lot of videos on YouTube, and this is just mine. So we're gonna wait for this gate to open. I'm gonna speed through this video as well. And then first thing we're gonna do is get on your fastest mount, and then we're gonna run past the dog, and then you'll see this tower up here. You're gonna go up the ramp, and then you want to grab this soul, and then after you grab that soul, you're gonna come down basically into the giant tree thing. You're gonna grab Kurt. Right, so at this point I'm gonna slow the video down so I can explain this. So now I'm gonna pull a dog, so I'm gonna get on my elk, and then I'm gonna target the dog, use the arrow shot on the elk, and then I'm gonna stand at this point right here. And then you wanna basically command Kurt to attack the dog as soon as you reach the gate. And then I'm gonna use the elk jump, and then you wanna basically, you need distance between yourself and the dog in order to grab these souls. So I'm gonna grab the souls right here. And then I'm gonna grab the soul right here. And as you can see, I got hit pretty hard. Usually when I do this, you might get hit, but I've never died. So, it takes some practice. This is actually probably the hardest that I've ever been hit because I am 8k gear score. But yeah, just keep trying and you'll get it. And then I'm gonna go back, recall your army, summon Kurt, and then basically the army that I like to use is gonna be Kurt, Marion the healer, and then Isan the melee. And then for my army, the way that I summon the army is I get 2 of the melee soldiers, and then 1 healer, and then basically for every 3 souls I repeat that. Alright, so make sure you use your battle hymn whenever it's up. When you get to the catapults like this, or the towers, when you click on the tower, it's going to show you how many enemies you need to kill before it can take damage. So you want to command your army to attack those first. And then basically, in the beginning here, I kind of have the wrong charming ability. I have the single target one, which I correct later on. But this one can still work. I'm using quick step here to make my army run faster. And then pretty much just charm, pull enemies together, and just do damage. And you can see with the charm how much damage I'm able to do, even at a very low gear score. So you want to make sure that you are consistently using your charms whenever it's up. And so this is a tower, so I'm going to command to attack the enemies around first. We're not going to directly attack the tower, you want to kill the mobs first. And then basically when you're in a fight like this, use your bulwark charm, and then also use your bloody chanty as much as possible to increase your army's damage. And then you can see here I'm opening my inventory to use potions, which is not great. And then after I finish this, I circle back around towards the water, kill these over here. Alright, so at this point I am getting the right abilities, so I basically replace the single target charm with the stone healing him, which is AoE charm. Grab the soul. And so also right now, since I am a low gear score, I am not charging in immediately like I would if I was a melee. I'm using the command to basically make Kurt go in first to tank the enemies, and then after that I go in and use Vicious Implosion, use Healing Him to charm, and then play the songs, and basically just use as much AoE as you can to kill them. So with your class, you can do this with pretty much any class. Just you want to prioritize your AoE abilities, because you're going to be using an AoE charm and you're going to be killing multiple enemies at once. So with Gunner, pretty much all the skills are AoE, so it's really easy. Melee is really easy, a lot of AoE. With classes like Archer, it's probably a little bit harder. With Mage, you also have a lot of AoEs. And so you want to focus on just clumping together and charming, and that's how you're gonna kill them the fastest. And also, as for the route that I take, pretty much this route is what I follow every time. It's kind of what I think is the natural path to follow since the first time I ever did the dungeon. So nothing special with the route that I'm taking. I'm pretty much just following the path. Had a little glitch there. Then another tower here. So pretty much the only, I guess you could say the only deviation that I make in the path sometimes is this area and the last area. Sometimes if the tower is down the hill where we just came from, I'll sometimes sometimes I'll avoid that. Like I'll come do the tower after, just because I want to have more souls of the tower, so I'll go through the mobs without the tower first, just to make killing the tower a little bit easier. And also, I'm constantly using the R key, the attack command, because that's gonna direct your troops at whatever you're targeting. So when you're in a big group like this, you'll notice that the troops they scatter all over the place. It makes it kind of annoying. So that's one of the reasons why you want to use your implosion as soon as you can. But like I said before, since you're at a low gear score, you're not gonna be able to charge in head first. So basically, you want to follow Kurt immediately and implosion as soon as you get in there, so that you can have all the troops close together. And pretty much, that's my 15 minutes in the dungeon. So to get the necklace, you have a chance to get the necklace at pretty much any point, but it's easier when you're past 400, and then at 500 it is a guaranteed drop. But don't think that you have to kill the dog every single time. If you kill the dog, you get a guaranteed 500 points. I probably won't be killing the dog at this gear score, but at 400, as you can see, I got the necklace just fine. And so remember that this is a daily dungeon. You can only do it one time a day, so just keep practicing, do it every single day, and that's the only way you can get better. And so good luck and get out there.